So today I think is episode 3 of what's blooming in my garden. We have still lots of rhodos in bloom, and we have some roses starting to open up. So let's get started. Hey everyone, I thought I would start in my courtyard to show you some of the roses that have started. Now I believe I did a video about a week ago about the new roses that I have for my yard. I haven't planted the majority of them, but some of the older roses have started to open. Look at this one here. I wish you could smell it. It's pretty fragrant. That's actually our bedroom window there, so you can smell them in there. Aren't they just stunning? This is a David Austin of some type. I need to research it a little bit more to see what one it is, but it's massive. My lilies are still growing. It looks like I actually have 2 tree lilies. I know for sure this one is. It's got the buds coming on them now. Last year it had 6 flowers. I don't know how many we'll have this year. And I think this one may also be a tree lily as well. But we should have some opening up in the next couple of weeks. There's tons along there. Now I actually did not buy any of these. Actually, no, that's a lie. I think I bought the one tree lily. They actually all got dug out of the yard, and where they got dug out from, there is more lilies than there was when I dug some out. I'll show you some. You'll see that my daffodils, that's what these are. I just tie them in knots until they're dead, and then I take them off. That way the bulb has lots of energy for next year. These are some roses that I planted last year. They still have their tags on them. I need to probably trim that one, but I want to get name tags for all my roses. I think that'd be pretty cool. These beautiful trees are honey locust trees. They create nice shade and a pretty cool color in the evening. Now, for people wondering about the summer song rose, this is it here. Let me take it down so you can see how big it is. There we go. Now I know people in the States can't get this rose, but you can live vicariously through me because I can get it in Canada. There it is. I'll leave it here and put it back when I'm done. Now along here, I'm not really sure what I'm going to plant yet. I want something that comes back year after year. Okay, let's start over here. These just opened. I'm not sure what it is, but they're quite stunning. My astilbe has spread, and I quite like the look of a full garden. So I'm pretty happy about that. This rhodo last year was covered in purple blooms, and then we cut it back. So that's why it's lacking this year. But it put on tons of growth, so next year it should be full again. These are gladiolas, second year. Magnolia. Now these have been in bloom for about 2 weeks now. That's why all the flowers are on the ground. I have to do a video on how to dehead rhodos. But all you do is you just snap it. Oops, that one's not wanting to come off. There we go. You can see the new growth is right there. This is where I dug up the tree. Oh, sorry, not the tree lilies, but the other ones 2 years ago. And it still has lilies. The deer tend to eat them, so that's why I wanted to dig them up. This one has a couple. So I might let those ones bloom, dig them up. This one is done too. I have to come out here and dehead this one too, or deadhead it, but it still has some nice flowers on it. Just all the straggly ones that need to be pulled off. It's kind of hard to do one-handed. Look at the growth. These are my beans. They're doing super well. They're almost at the top. Those are yellow beans. And then I planted my corn down here. The soil is quite sandy, so I had to put some topsoil on top. And then I created little valleys to hold the water in. Hopefully you can see that on the camera. Look at this, foxglove. I started this from seed last year. Isn't it beautiful? I love where it is too. It just kind of picked a random spot. I actually tossed seeds all around here, and that's where it decided to grow from. My pomegranate splash. I'm not sure what this one's called. My hydrangea is filling out nicely. This rhodo I chopped back quite heavily, and it has new growth on it, so it might survive. This area has lots of weeds in it. It's just the way it's gonna be. I don't have time to weed it. Kind of looks nice though. This is another foxglove. Not going to have nearly as many flowers as the other one I showed you. There's an azalea back here. Now this is in bloom. It wasn't last week. It's so fragrant. It didn't have nearly as many leaves as it did, or sorry, I mean last year it didn't have nearly as many leaves as it does this year. I don't really know what's going on here. Maybe a deer ate some or something. It looks like it's only on the edges. Yeah, probably a deer. Okay, let's go to the backyard. Now this obviously is a work in progress. These are my raspberries that I got from a garden friend of mine. I just put them in this pot a few days ago. And down here, go along here, are my Sunflower Steve sunflowers. I posted a video of me talking about them, and I'm pretty excited. I think there's about 15 of them planted along here. I'm gonna be buying some more of these pieces of wood just to make it a little bit higher in the back, and then put maybe 1 or 2 in the front to kind of hold the good soil in. This is just sand, right? There's not very much nutrients in it. This is my rhodo forest. That's what I like to call it. These were all in bloom last week. Once again, another plant that needs to be deheaded. And it looks like I have I think they're called snowball trees in the back. It's pretty exciting. Let's see what we have in bloom right now. Got some purple rhodos up there. And you can see the start of the snowball tree. Let's see if I can get a better video. Yeah, it's as close as I can get to them. Beautiful. Now this rhodo was transplanted and I didn't really have much hope for it. It's about 30 years old, but check this out. It has growth on it. You see that? Very exciting. So every week I will show you how much growth that rhodo has done. It's pretty exciting. That's another rhodo that I transplanted. Let's see if I can zoom in. You can tell right along the top pieces there, it does have some new growth. My ferns in my fairy garden are doing well. Brendan dug some of these up from the forest, and some of them are from Costco. This one was dug up versus this little one, which was from Costco. So we'll see how they do. Let's go this way. These are Lucifer, and these are Iris. They just opened yesterday. Just beautiful. Nice and tall. I want to eventually get all these in the ground, but I don't know where to put them yet. This is my makeshift veggie garden. I set it up last year to be kind of temporary, but here we are. My raised beds are probably not going to get soil this year, so I thought, whatever, I'll just plant in here like I did last year. Surprisingly enough, knock on wood, this fencing that I put up kept the deer out last year. So hopefully it does this year. These are all my dahlias. Angel trumpet. My cucumelon's doing good. It's growing up along the trellis. My my tomatoes. I planted them the way that the Angry Gardener, if you haven't checked him out yet, he's on YouTube, The Angry Gardener. He posted a video on how to plant tomatoes successfully, where you actually plant them on their side. And I didn't really think it was going to work, but I trusted him, and he has not steered me wrong yet. So there's my tomatoes. These are just random strawberry, mint, roses, more strawberries. Oh, look at that. We have berries. There's a big one there. A little one over here. That's exciting. And my tomatoes. Now, funny story. Let me just walk back around. I really wanted to start pansies, but I started them too late. But I thought I have to use the seeds anyways. So, what did I do? I dumped all 250 pansy seeds in this hanging basket. So, you're supposed to thin them out. That's not going to happen. So I planted these April 1st. Johnny Jump Ups. So I know there's some weeds in here. I'm just going to leave them and see what happens. These reseed themselves, I believe. So yeah, hopefully I have Johnny Jump Ups for a long, long time. Let's go into the greenhouse. Well, actually, let's show you down here first. Look at these red rhodos. Just stunning. There's probably about 10 of them there. It's a beautiful hedge. Okay. Let's go into the greenhouse. Here we are. So, not very much happening in here this week. Everything's kind of the same. This is stock. I just tossed the seeds in here to start them, and then I potted them up once they got a little bit bigger. I did those ones a couple days ago, and these ones here about, I don't know, about 4 weeks ago. I need to plant them outside. These are my foxglove seeds this year. Just some random stuff. This here is my plumeria. I did a video on that one. Doesn't have any leaves yet. Maybe next week. We'll see. And over here are some hostas. Now these guys were only $2. They were 50% off from Buckerfields, which is it's actually supposed to be a livestock and feed supply store, but they sell everything now, including giftware. But this is where I get my cheap plants from. Well, they're not normally cheap, but at the end of the season they go down. So I'll let you guys know how these ones do. But yeah, that's my weekly tour of my garden. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I know they're kind of long, but I'm gonna try to do the same walking route each week. That way, if you're really looking forward to something, you can just skip ahead, or you can just sit down, have a drink, and watch my half-an-hour walkthrough of my yard. So next week, there'll be probably a lot more roses in bloom. Hopefully I have more of my rhodos deadheaded. But yeah, thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe. See you guys later.